Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's my email, my website, my January host code, my Facebook business page if you haven't joined yet, and of course my YouTube channel. I hope you subscribe. So I am trying to build my channel, so please share with your crafty friends. What are we going to make today? This is a neat card. What I did is I am using... I had the page number and I shot it. From the new mini catalog, January to April 2024, I am using a new hybrid embossing folder. And if you haven't, oops, it's back here. If you haven't used a hybrid embossing folder, today we're going to learn how to do it. It's on page 18 of the mini catalog. And we are using, well, we do use a stamp from here, but we're using the hybrid embossing folder. So let's start. We're going to make a red version today. So what we're going to start with is a piece of real red, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, your regular card base. Now I have another piece of real red, which I have embossed. And the embossing folder, it's not the exposed brick, it's the other one. I always forget what it's called. Oops, it's at the back. I'm in my annual catalog. And I don't know why I have a blank on this one. It is Time Worn Type. Time Worn Type. So, I went ahead and embossed that with another piece of 4 by 5 1/4 real red. This is cut out with the die set, which is Scalloped Contours dies, which is in the back of the catalog. So that part is all easy. I did use, from this Adoring Hearts stamp set, I did use this. And I pre-stamped for you, just for you, because that you didn't need to see me do. So you know how to do that. This one, sometimes you usually stamp and then cut. You really need to cut this one first because you can't see through it, so you can't see where you're cutting. Now, to use this embossing folder, what you would do is get a piece of 6 by 6. I'm using white this time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my embossing folder. And here's the Stampin' Up! Logo. I'm going to move this for a second. I'm going to get my real red. Stampin' Up! Is also selling a brayer again, which is a great tool. I can't wait to do backgrounds and all sorts of things with a brayer. But for now, I am adding it. Now, if it gets other places, I'm okay with that. It will get any place that's raised up. That's the parts that are going to be embossed. So make sure, and I would go the other way too. Make sure you're getting it really inked up. Then I will go clean this after, but let me show you what we're going to do first. So I'm going to set these in at the same time. I'm going to move that over. And it'll kind of click in place. Not 100%. Let me close this because you know me, I like to get stuff in and get it in there. Okay, see, it moved out. I'm going to get it back in. Just so it kind of clicks in. Setting in there. There we go. Now I'm going to put a piece of basic white. And I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine out. I got to move stuff off my table so you can see it. I'm going to use the number 1 which is the base, I'm going to put this seam side in, and I'm going to put the number 4. I have to move it so I can actually move it through. And I'm going to go through, and then I'm going to go all the way back to really make sure it's cutting. And I might even go another time. That is one hint I got from people, is to go through a couple of times. I'm going to take this off. What? Isn't that awesome? It cuts and embosses them at the same time. The other thing it does is it adds some color, and I can cut that and use that on another project. So what I'm going to do with these hearts is set them. I will come and wash this with water off camera. I'm not going to do it right now, but I will, to get that off there. I'm going to move. And you notice I got some red on here. I'm going to just wash it all. Oh, I got red on here. I got red everywhere. I had a whole bunch of red on my hands. So, you know, it happens. Then I'm going to get this off, and I'm going to bring this back in. First thing I'm going to do is adhere this. A couple people have asked me different thoughts on adhesives. I do like green glue. I use that for certain projects. And if I'm just doing it quick, I tend to do Stamp and Seal. That is my choice. Not everybody agrees with me on that. That's totally a personal preference. But that's what I tend to do. Some of the other adhesives I've gotten, I haven't been super happy with. So I do this. Okay. Now, I did not pop these up because I'm going to pop up the same. So I just put one here. And there's no rhyme or reason what I'm doing. I guess I could get a heart one. I'm not like doing anything like, wow, this is a certain, oops. And I glued it right to my thing. That's good. Certain order, none of that. Put the heart in the middle. Hopefully I didn't get anything extra on there. And this one on the bottom. Then I'm going to use mini dimensionals and pop this up. And you can put that really anywhere you want. I noticed that the heart I picked isn't completely perfect. Like, you can't see it because it's white, so you can't really tell. But people are like, well, why? I can't use that one. Well, the beautiful thing when this pops out is you've got a whole bunch of choices here. So if some aren't completely lined up, you can use others. Here's another little hint. If I don't really like the way it looks, I could trim a little tiny bit off. And no one would know the difference. So there's lots of ways to make that work. And I didn't take all of those off. I have mini dimensionals. Isn't that a cute? And I just did some hearts, which is from the Adoring Hearts set on the inside. Simple, and I like it because, I mean, I guess it isn't the most simple because you have to do the embossing and coloring and everything. But I love how this looks with the embossed, and it outlines the heart. It's just a fun, easy card to make once you know how to use the embossing folder. And now, look at all the pieces I have left to use other colors or to other cards. So I can maybe do these two. If I don't like that some of the hearts aren't there, I can even come back and just put a little red around them. I have all of these left to use on other cards. So it's a fun way to get lots of materials to use for your cards. So I hope you try this hybrid embossing folder. Have a great day.